Hey guys, it's your girl Abby and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about regularly scheduled urges, and we're gonna get into what that is and where that saying even came from. But I want to read you guys a little bit of my journal entry before we get into the real video. So here we go. Regularly scheduled urges. How many times have you found yourself in the same situation over and over again? How many times have you faced the same problem just in a different stage of your life? You know, lately I've been called to the essence of fear. And essence simply means spirit of. And why I like to use this word essence is because it refers to the spirit of something, therefore what something really is. Fear is what keeps us doing the same thing over and over again, time after time. Have you ever noticed how every relationship you get in ends in the same way? Or how you give into the same temptation to neglect yourself and your boundaries for the comfortability of others? These are what I like to call regularly scheduled urges, because they show up every time we meet someone new. Every time we feel a connection, we get the urge to latch on for dear life, forgetting about our needs and the things that make us truly happy. They're regularly scheduled urges because every time we get in a similar situation, we end up doing the same thing over and over again. They're regularly reoccurring. And so today I want to talk about regularly scheduled urges and how we can navigate through them, how we can navigate life through these urges and temptations that we see reoccurring in our life. Can we break the cycle? How do we do that? And how do we get started? Let's get into it. RSUs, regularly scheduled urges. These are things that reoccur in our life. These are cycles that we see coming around over and over, right? And this is my personal belief, but I think that in life we are kind of presented with the same challenges until we learn what we need to learn in order to overcome them, right? So I guess some people call it karmic cycles or repeated lessons, but I do believe that God will present us with multiple opportunities to grow, right? He will present the same situation in life over and over, just slightly different, in order for it to be an opportunity for us to grow. And so when we see the same reoccurring patterns in our life and we're going through the same challenges in our lives, that is an opportunity for us to say, hey, this is an RSU, regularly scheduled urge. I need to do something different this time in order to break that cycle. And this can be for any part of your life. This can be with relationships, with friendships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your schoolwork, with your work life, anything, any challenge that you are facing in your life. So I want to get into step by step how we can break these cycles of RSUs, regularly scheduled urges. So first thing is first, we need to acknowledge that these RSUs exist. We need to bring it into our awareness and realize that there is a cycle happening, right? There is nothing we can change without acknowledging it first. We have to be aware that there is a cycle before we can break the cycle. So that is simply just being mindful and aware of, just aware of what is going on in your life, aware of the situations you find yourself in, and that really comes from being present, right? Because when we are present, we are attentive to what is going on. When we are seeking, we are attentive to what is going on. So I know for me, like I mentioned in the journal, is I find that I always get into relationships that end the same way. And so that is a reoccurring thing for me, and that's an opportunity for me to say, hey, there's something not right here. There's something that you need to change in order to break this cycle, right? But if I decided to just say, you know what, I don't care, whatever, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, yada yada yada, that is me not being aware, and therefore I'm not acknowledging that cycle, and therefore I can't break that cycle. So the first step is recognize that there is a cycle. We need to accept that this has been our cycle. So not only do we need to recognize that we're in a cycle, but we need to accept that we're in that cycle. And what acceptance really is acknowledging the heartache, you know, the rough times that it came with, and sitting with that, sitting with the emotions and saying, hey, I know that my mistakes in the past have caused a lot of pain for me, a lot of pain for others, but I simply did not know better. I am only human. I am a work in progress, and because I am all those things, and because I am working towards a future and better self, this is not something that defines me, but instead it's something that is going to build me, right? So it's accepting and sitting with the pain and the suffering or the heartache that it has caused, but not letting it define us. You know, I was talking on my TikTok about baggage, and how oftentimes we carry our baggage, we carry this big loaded bag everywhere we go. But self-acceptance is really taking that bag, laying it down, opening it up, and taking things out one step at a time, right? And what that represents, taking things out of that bag, that represents acceptance. We're saying, you know what, this bag is heavy and I don't really want to carry it around. It's kind of holding me back. I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to accept that it's heavy, and I'm going to accept that there's a bunch of junk in there, but I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to see the pain that it's caused, and I'm going to feel the pain that it's caused. But on top of that, I'm also going to do the work. How can I use the junk that's in here, clean it up, and wear it with confidence, right? That is what self-acceptance is. It's taking what's in our bag, accepting it, cleaning it, learning from it, and putting it on again with confidence, and realizing that this is what is a part of me, this is what is a part of my story, and this is what makes me me. So accepting without shame. And I really do believe that when we accept things, that is where we can kind of break that cycle of shame as well, because we can't be ashamed in something that we sit in. We can't be ashamed in something that we fully acknowledge and we're fully accountable for. Yes, I did this in the past, and yes, I was like that, and yes, I thought this way, but I'm a new person now, and I've learned from that in the past, and this is what I stand for now. This is the type of person I am now, and this is the woman that I'm presenting myself as, that I'm showing up as, right? So when we accept things, it kind of eliminates all the shame and all the guilt. After we have accepted all the junk in the bag, we need to go inwards. We need to go inwards in order to backtrack. And why I say backtrack is because we need to be aware of our thought patterns. Why did I get into that situation? Is this really does this stem from a feeling of unworthiness? Does this stem from a lack of self-love? You know, does this stem from pride? Am I too self-righteous? Am I too conceited or prideful, right? We need to go back and say, why did I get in the situation that I did, right? Where is that missing puzzle piece, right? And we need to search, and we need to see what that missing puzzle piece is, right? Because sometimes, I'll say for me, in my previous video, we talked about people pleasing, right? People pleasing is really the desire to fill everyone else at the expense of us, right? And sometimes that can stem from a feeling of unworthiness, right? We believe that if everyone else is happy, that's all that matters, but our happiness doesn't matter. And really and truly, when we get to the essence of it, our happiness does matter, right? We deserve to be loved. We are worthy of love and to be treated with respect and kindness the same way that we want to treat others with respect and kindness. So it's going inwards and saying, okay, what is the root of all of this? Where is this stemming from? What are these agreements that I have made with myself that is making me act the way that I do or get in situations that I'm getting into, right? What is the story I am telling myself? Is it that no one will ever love me? Is it that I will be alone forever? Is it that I am not smart enough? Is it that I could never achieve that because I don't have it within me? What is that story and that narrative that you're telling yourself over and over? Get to that. That is the root. Going inwards could look like meditating, but when I say meditating, it's not sitting down and doing, a session of meditation, although that might be helpful for some people. When I say meditate, it's during your quiet time. Maybe it's you're having your cup of coffee in the morning. Take that time to be completely still. No phone, no iPad, no book, just you and that moment, and connect with God. Pray to God, ask for guidance, ask for discernment, or just simply observe your feeling, your mood, your, what is going on within, what are you feeling, right? And try and go backwards, go inwards and backtrack. Okay, let me just take a moment to think about how things have played out and think about how I feel, right? How do I feel about that situation? How did that situation make me feel? So it's just using our quiet time and using our quiet time as a moment of stillness to meditate on what we're feeling, to meditate on God. And I know for me, prayer is a big thing. Having a relationship with God for me has been extremely helpful, I have had times where I literally sat down and prayed and asked God to show me a sign for something, and the next day or the next couple of days, boom, I get the sign, and it's like, God, you real? Like, you real? Because I just said, give me a sign, and you just... But also, prayer doesn't have to be sitting down and doing, a name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and going into like a set prayer. Prayer is just having a relationship with God. Prayer is just communicating to the Most High. That's all it really is. After we have gone inwards and we have figured out that, there are some beliefs, there are some narratives that we are telling ourselves that are not productive to our growth, that are not productive to the self that we want to be, we need to persevere. We need to persevere through the journey of growth. And why I say persevere is because change is difficult. Change is not easy. It requires perseverance. And so when you are on that journey of walking on a new path, of being a different person, doing different things, hanging out with different people, consuming different media, you need to have that perseverance to keep doing it. And the thing about embarking on a new journey is that there is going to be times where you fall back. There is going to be times where you are not fully on that path, and that's okay. Use it as a learning lesson. When you stumble and fall, use it as a learning lesson to get back up and go stronger and go harder. And so that perseverance is really what is going to carry you through the journey, right? Persevere through the difficult times, persevere through the temptation, and know and have faith that you will get to where you want to get to. You will be that person you have visioned in your mind. You will be that woman, you will be that man. You just need to persevere. It just takes time. Some things that I have used to help me persevere through my journey is healing circles. And healing circles sounds like it's this woo-woo crazy, like sit in a circle and do drums. Healing circles is really getting together with your friends and venting. Healing circles is getting together with a group of girls or a group of guys, people that you are comfortable with, and just sharing, just talking, laughing, having joy, venting, right? As human beings, we need community, and we need to be in social settings where we feel comfortable, and we need to have that back and forth, that conversation, right? We can't always be by ourselves and do inner reflective work. We need to bounce those ideas off of people. We need feedback, right? That's what keeps us in check. So find a healing circle. Look for people in your life that you can kind of build relationship with, and you guys can mutually help each other out. reminders. Remind yourself where you are going. Remind yourself of what your goal is, because sometimes we can embark on a journey and forget why we even started what we started. Why am I choosing to go on this journey? It's not easy. It's actually a pain in the butt, and it's actually looking like more suffering than benefits. Why am I on this journey, right? So have maybe like sticky notes on your wall, or whatever it is that you need to remind yourself why you're doing this, and remind yourself of the goal you're trying to get to. On top of that, you need to have faith. Have faith that you will get to that goal. Have faith and hope that you will be that person, right? Don't ever give up on your dreams, your goals, on anything. Like, anything in this life is possible. We can create anything. And when we create with God, it's even more beautiful, because when it's a part of His will, it's a part of goodness. And so believe and have faith that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I believe that you can, because I believe that I can do anything, right? And if I can do anything, then you can do anything. So just keep that faith and keep that hope alive. That is the end of the video about RSUs, regularly scheduled urges. Leave a comment down below if you have noticed some regularly scheduled urges in your life, and share what you have done to kind of break them if you're on the journey to breaking those cycles, and what you're doing to help you break those cycles. What does your journey look like? What does your practices look like? I would love to hear. I would love to connect with you guys. And I also want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can also connect with me on TikTok and Instagram, where I make micro content about mindfulness, self-help, spirituality, anything to do with God, anything to do with bettering our lives and being happy, really. So if you're interested, check out my TikTok, check out my Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!